All right, so get this. We're diving into the Atlantean Brotherhood, harmonizing body, mind, and spirit today.
Oh, wow.
And honestly, just flipping through it, I am so intrigued
Yeah.
by all these ideas about unlocking potential. It's really fascinating stuff.
It is the teachings of Grandmaster Waxira and the Sacred Atlantean Brotherhood
Right.
offer a very unique perspective on personal growth.
Yeah.
And I think for a lot of people, it all starts with understanding this idea of the trinity, the
Yeah.
body, mind, and spirit.
Okay, so let's break that down because it's
Sure.
not just your typical be healthy in all areas
Right.
kind of thing, right? There's a deeper philosophy at play here.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
For starters, the Atlanteans view the body as a sacred temple,
Mm,
like deserving of the utmost respect and care.
interesting.
It's not just about, aesthetics or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing that physical well-being is like the foundation for everything else.
So are they saying then that if we're neglecting our bodies, it's going to throw off the balance of the whole Trinity?
Precisely. Yeah, think about it. Have you ever noticed how a good workout or even just like a healthy meal
Oh, right.
can totally shift your mood? Or
Absolutely.
even like you feel more spiritually connected?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I know when I'm eating like junk food all the time,
Yeah,
my medication practice definitely suffers. It's like my mind is just too foggy to like
really.
connect.
And that's where the mind comes in, right?
Yeah.
The Atlanteans, they view the mind as a bridge between the physical
Okay.
and spiritual realms.
Yeah.
So it's a powerful tool, but one that needs to be like honed and directed.
So it's not just about being like smart or having a lot of knowledge.
Right. It's about using our intellect to challenge our beliefs, to stay curious, to keep learning.
Mm.
But, and here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
They emphasize that the mind should serve the spirit,
Oh, wow.
not the other way around.
That's a pretty radical concept, right? I feel like our society puts so much emphasis on like intellect and logic.
It's definitely a different perspective.
Yeah.
And the Brotherhood, they actually warn that, overemphasizing the mind
Okay.
can lead us away from our true purpose and create an imbalance in that trinity.
Interesting.
They argue that the spirit is the core of our being, like our eternal essence,
Okay.
that transcends both the physical and the mental.
So how do they define spirit then? Is it like a religious thing or?
It's more about connecting with your deepest self,
Yeah, okay.
that part of you that yearns for meaning and purpose.
Gotcha.
They talk about pursuing your dreams, loving deeply, and cultivating a sense of faith
Okay.
as ways to awaken the spirit. But their definition of faith is pretty interesting.
Oh, I'm all ears. Tell me about that. How do they view faith?
They describe it not as like blind belief or adherence to any kind of dogma,
Okay.
but as a profound trust in the universe's inherent order,
Mm,
a trust that guides us towards fulfilling our true potential.
interesting.
It's about aligning yourself with the natural flow of life,
Okay.
recognizing that there's a bigger picture at play.
That's nice. I like that. It takes the pressure off having to like figure it all out with just our minds.
Right.
So where does meditation fit into all of this? The book mentioned inner communion, right?
Yes, meditation or inner communion, as the Atlanteans call it,
Right.
is a key practice for connecting with the spirit. And
Yeah.
the book actually dives into some really specific techniques.
Ooh, here's where it gets juicy. I love this stuff.
Yeah.
Give me the details. What kind of techniques are we talking about?
Well, one practice that really stood out to me was the breath of the cosmos meditation.
Yeah, okay.
And it involves visualizing yourself, inhaling the energy of the universe, and exhaling any negativity or limiting beliefs.
Wow.
It's a very powerful way to cleanse the mind and connect with your inner power.
That's beautiful. I'm already feeling calmer just hearing about it.
That's a good one.
So what happens when we neglect this whole spirit aspect then? What are the consequences of like that imbalance?
The Atlanteans believe that neglecting any part of the Trinity body, mind, or spirit leads to suffering.
Oh.
So you might have a brilliant mind, but feel spiritually empty.
Yeah.
Or you could be physically fit, but lack the mental clarity to make wise choices.
Right.
It's all about finding that harmony.
It makes sense. It's like having a car with a powerful engine but flat tires, you're not going to get very far.
Exactly.
But how do we actually achieve this balance? What are some like practical steps we can take?
Well, that's where the real meat of the Atlantean teachings comes in, right?
Mm.
They don't just diagnose the problem. They offer a roadmap for healing and harmonizing.
Okay.
And it's not about, becoming some perfect enlightened being.
Right.
It's about making these small, consistent changes
Okay.
that align with those principles of the Trinity.
Okay, I'm ready to take notes. Hit me with it. What are some of their specific recommendations?
Well, For the body, it's probably not that surprising.
Yeah.
They emphasize nourishing foods, regular exercise, adequate rest.
Okay.
But they go a step further
Okay.
by encouraging like a mindful approach to these activities.
Yeah. What do you mean by mindful? Like being present while you're like eating or exercising?
Exactly. It's about savoring each bite of food,
Okay.
feeling the energy coursing through your body during a workout,
Okay.
and truly allowing yourself to relax and recharge when you rest.
That's interesting. I feel like I often just like rush through those things without really paying attention to what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So what about the mind then? How do we cultivate a mind that serves the spirit?
They recommend a two-pronged approach.
Okay.
First, continuous learning.
Hmm.
They believe in constantly expanding your knowledge and perspectives, not just for practical reasons, but as a way to keep the mind like vibrant and engaged.
I can see how that would like help prevent stagnation, which I guess you could see as a form of imbalance.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
The second aspect is cultivating open-mindedness,
Okay.
a willingness to challenge your own beliefs and
Yeah.
consider different viewpoints.
Right.
This helps prevent the mind from becoming rigid and dogmatic, allowing it to be more receptive to the wisdom of the spirit.
Yeah, it's like creating that space for the spirit to flow through.
Exactly.
So what about awakening the spirit then? Besides meditation, are there any other practices they recommend?
They emphasize the importance of pursuing your passions,
Okay.
those activities that truly light you up and make you feel alive.
Yeah.
They believed that our passions are a direct expression of our spirit, guiding us towards our true purpose.
I love that. So it's not just about like finding your purpose in some grand existential sense.
Right.
It's about like finding joy and fulfillment in the things that you do every day.
Precisely. And they also talk about the importance of love,
Okay.
cultivating deep, meaningful connections with others.
Yeah.
They saw love as like a powerful force that nourishes the spirit and helps us transcend our limited sense of self.
That definitely resonates with me. I know when I'm feeling disconnected from like loved ones, my whole sense of well-being suffers.
Yeah, it's a fundamental human need.
Yeah.
And speaking of connection, remember that interesting definition of faith we talked about? The Atlanteans believe that nurturing that deep trust in the universe's order
Yeah.
was essential for spiritual growth.
It's like having faith is a way of connecting to something bigger than ourselves.
Exactly.
But I have to admit that one can be tough for me,
Yeah.
especially when life throws curveballs.
Yeah.
Does the book address that at all?
It absolutely does. They acknowledge that life is full of challenges
Right.
and that maintaining faith isn't always easy,
Yeah.
but they offer a powerful reframing of those difficult experiences.
Okay. I'm intrigued. How did they suggest we view challenges?
They believe that challenges are not punishments or obstacles,
Okay.
but rather opportunities for growth and transformation.
Okay.
They saw them as like tests of our faith,
Mm-hmm.
opportunities to strengthen our resilience and deepen our connection to the spirit.
That's a really powerful shift in perspective.
Yeah.
So instead of asking, like, why is this happening to me? We can ask, what can I learn from this?
Exactly. And they also emphasize that we are never alone in these challenges.
Oh.
They believe that the universe, or what they call the cosmic consciousness,
Okay.
is always supporting us,
Mm.
even when we can't see it.
That's a comforting thought.
Yeah.
It's like knowing there's a safety net, even when you feel like you're free falling.
Exactly. And this brings us to another fascinating aspect of their teachings,
Okay.
their unique perspective on how to view the world around us.
Oh, yeah. The book mentioned something about seeing everything as an expression of the Trinity, right?
Yes.
Ah.
They viewed the world as a living, breathing embodiment of the body, mind, and spirit.
Okay.
For example, they saw storms as the body's dance,
Oh,
a powerful expression of energy and movement.
that's such a different way of looking at a storm.
Right. They saw sunrises as the mind's awakening,
Okay.
a moment of clarity and new beginnings,
Hmm.
and they viewed acts of kindness and compassion as the spirit's song,
Wow.
a beautiful expression of love and connection.
That's amazing. It's like they were able to see the divine in everything.
Yeah.
But how do we even begin to like shift our perspective like that?
They believed it starts with awareness,
Oh, okay.
by consciously choosing to see the world through this lens.
Okay.
We can begin to notice those subtle expressions of the Trinity all around us.
So it's not about forcing ourselves to see things in a certain way, but more about cultivating a sense of curiosity
Exactly.
and like openness to new perspectives.
It's about allowing ourselves to be amazed by the world,
Yeah.
to see the interconnectedness of everything.
Mm.
And this, they believed, is a key step towards achieving true harmony within
Yeah.
ourselves.
This is also fascinating. I have to say, reading this book has really opened my mind to a whole new way of thinking.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, the book also mentioned that the Atlantean Brotherhood is still active today, right?
It is, yeah. And they have this whole online presence now.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, they have a YouTube channel
Oh,
called Atlantean Brotherhood,
Mhm.
where they share all this wisdom and practices with a modern audience.
You know, I think I'm going to subscribe to that channel, like, right after this deep
I
dive.
think you'll like it.
I'm really curious to see how they're translating all these ancient teachings for, like, the digital age.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They're doing a great job of making these concepts really accessible
Awesome.
and relevant to contemporary life.
That's great because, let's be honest, the world could really use a dose of, like, balance and harmony right now.
For sure.
We're facing so many challenges, and it just feels like people are more divided than ever.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think that's precisely why these Atlantean teachings were so timely.
Yeah.
You know, they offer this path to inner peace and connection,
Mhm.
which is something we all desperately need.
Absolutely. It's like they provide a blueprint for navigating these turbulent times
Yeah.
with more grace and resilience.
Precisely. By cultivating that inner harmony,
Yeah.
we become less reactive to the external chaos
Right.
and more capable of responding to challenges with wisdom and compassion.
And what's really inspiring is that they emphasize that this isn't about achieving some like unattainable ideal of perfection.
Right.
It's about progress, not
Yeah.
perfection.
Absolutely. It's a journey of continuous self-discovery and refinement as we strive to bring the body, mind, and spirit into greater alignment.
So it's not about beating ourselves up when we inevitably like stumble or fall short,
Right.
but about approaching this whole process with like curiosity and self-compassion.
Exactly. And remember, even those small steps
Yeah,
can make a big difference over time.
for sure.
Just by incorporating some of the practices we talked about today, you know, you can start shifting your energy
Right.
and creating more balance in your life.
You know what? I'm really feeling inspired to make some changes.
Awesome.
I think I'm going to start with that Breath of the Cosmos meditation you mentioned.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
It just sounds like a really powerful way to connect with my inner power.
Yeah, and remember, consistency is key.
Okay.
The more you practice these teachings, the more they'll become integrated into your being.
This has been such an incredible deep dive. I feel like we've only just scratched the surface of this fascinating philosophy, but it's given me so much to think about. Yeah.
And apply to my own life.
It's been a pleasure exploring these teachings with you.
Likewise.
And remember, the journey doesn't end here. There's always more to learn and discover.
So true. And for our listeners who are as intrigued by this as I am,
Yeah.
don't forget to check out the Atlantean Brotherhood's YouTube channel
Yeah, that's right.
at youtube.com/Atlantean Brotherhood.
Yep.
They have a wealth of resources to support your exploration of these ideas.
And be sure to like and share their videos
Yes,
to help spread this message of balance and harmony.
absolutely. It's a message that the world needs now more than ever.
I agree.
Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a final thought that's been swirling around in my mind.
Okay.
If we are all truly expressions of this universal trinity, how might that change the way we interact with each other and the world around us?
That's a powerful question.
Yeah.
One that invites us to see the divine spark
Yeah.
in everyone and everything we encounter.
Maybe by embracing this interconnectedness, we can cultivate more compassion.
Understanding and unity in a world that often feels fragmented and divided.
It's a beautiful vision
It is.
and one well worth striving for.
Well said. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey of discovery.
It's been my pleasure.
And until next time, may you find harmony within and without.
Don't forget to keep diving deep
Yes.
into those topics that spark your curiosity.
Oh, absolutely.
You never know what treasures you might uncover.
You got that right. Thank you for listening, everybody. We'll see you next time.